Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Your eyes are your co-authored self. Open your eyes. Window is open and you leave.
And it's not necessarily that the fact that they're cuts, but in the beginning that the cuts are discontinuous.
You get involved.
We understand that they're cuts, not just different angles of the same event from an all-known narrator. I'm just like looking back to some of the things that we've talked about.
Open your eyes.
But also, we clearly sense that there's omissions of time. And if this has been the soundtrack that they're working with,
You find a thread behind you.
Cuts in the sound. So and kind of subconsciously, but that is really a learned
Script,
film literacy.
text,
Kind of
co-authored self,
but it carries through for a long time.
papers, she is
Here we
inside.
are. I started this process a while ago. I actually already did the introduction for this piece just a moment ago, but my phone had no more storage, so I have to start again. Or actually just to continue. I had described my recent research, which is about trauma healing in performative practices. I went on to explain that I will use magic trick as in a sort of a ritual, performative scenario in which I will dig out the spirits of one character. In a sense, me. I will dig them out of myself. But the story is actually a real story based on a character I will call Anna. This character came to me many years ago with clinical tableau, psychological issues on end, very diverse. Actually, probably most of the trauma that anybody can have, this person had faced them.
In front of you, a pile of papers.
One after the other, since birth, since
The
childhood.
papers are an ecosystem.
Exactly where it started. We tried to figure it out.
Step inside, tilt forward, next to you.
So when somebody has, after 40, 50, 60 years of life, shut down many walls, it's literally impossible to go back to the source of the trauma.
You find a thread. You skip
Very
through,
easy for the
go
mind,
over,
programming machine,
skip through, go over.
which has
A multitude of labors. You feel,
great capacity.
you feel.
Please pay attention to this. Your minds can actually literally rewrite your identity. Usually it happens as a process of reverse erasement of memories and anything that you suppose you don't need, like for instance your real identity. But actually what is also possible,
Step
which I
inside.
want to go through in a later
Step inside.
episode, is that it is possible to use this mind and control it for your own benefit, which would actually imply that you can rewrite your identity ideally towards your authentic self, not towards some imaginary, like fictive, traumatized little kid inside of you. But for that purpose, one has to liberate themselves first and be courageous enough to go on a saga of heroic actions.
Hatanaya, 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 Hota, Hatanaya, 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 Hota, Hatanaya,
Insane
Hatanaya,
amounts of willpower and courage. Courage. I do advise you all to read Osho's book about courage, which might be so well seen by some people, a little bit too spiritual, but I mean, that guy had really some very awesome thoughts. I'm using a lot of them in my process of liberation, personal process of liberation, because I have found out in this research that even if I would want to, I do not have neither the capacity nor the permission to change anybody against their will. So if you want to change, you have to start working on yourself big time. And especially what you have to do is, if you want help, you need to ask people for help. They cannot just
There's nobody
and just
here.
be like, hey, I mean, it could be me, it could have been me some while ago when I was still walking through the world thinking, let me just fix these people because they seem broken. So I tried. But
There's
I
nobody
only
watching.
always managed so far, as in to awaken them, to reveal to them that there is something else dormant, hidden inside of their little tiny, fragile, blocked and unbreathing bodies. And then they had to do the work themselves, basically, because even though I tried, I just got resistance, denial, more denial, avoidance, resistance, some more resistance, anger,
Waters
a lot of
shaking,
fucking
rivers
anger.
embracing,
Then
storms
people were
witnessing,
really
glaciers
angry.
framing, streams
Then
performing,
the
latitudes, rainbows,
separation,
endless words, endless words, endless words, whisper names, faded memories, collect rituals, negotiated hopes, again rituals, fulfilling invisible souls, dance, emotions, untraceable letters, sync histories, burning murals, reveal insanities, hidden whispers, explain worlds, endless fucking identities.
like, I can't help any of you. I guess the only thing I can do in this world is to be alone and work on myself, because hey, I mean, I came to this planet for the last time, as my karmatic points have been scoring really upwards. I've been very good in other past lives. I've learned a lot. And in this life, I found myself in a very, very useful position, which was to realize at very young age that I had actually lived reality a bunch of times.
Not again, not again, not again,
So,
not
every
again.
new experience, as difficult and challenging as it was, showed to me in the back of my head and in my heart that none of those experiences were new to me. I had lived them before, so I had the tools to overcome the challenges, which I did most of the times.
I can't breathe.
And don't get me wrong, I've been really low and really down, and I could not stand out of bed. And I understood how it is for people who are depressed, for example, when they say, I just can't do it. Sometimes you have to reach the lowest of the lows to go into the darkness very deep down, to find yourself again and see that either you drop dead or you actually hang yourself or take some pills, or like my plan was to drive into the ocean.
May I shift the perspective?
Or you crawl a while and then
May I shift the perspective?
stand up again, and then you kind of fight for your life, and eventually something will
May I evaluate the task?
happen, something good, usually something good.
May I define a matrix?
They say the universe up there, it
May I shape a new page?
really likes to bless people who are working very hard.
Scan me.
By
Scan
that,
me
I
to
don't
see.
mean, have successful jobs and, work 9
Scan
to
me
5
to see.
or even 9 to 9 or something. It's not about that.
Scan me
Don't
if
be
you
like
want
super
to see.
responsible. Actually, fuck the system. Like, be irresponsible as you can and just drop out of like whatever it is that you think is gonna bring you anywhere. Just do the opposite. Just be free.
Just
Live
headaches.
wild and dangerous, as Osho says.
I cannot breathe. I have headaches. I
So
cannot breathe.
this is my
I
story.
don't know what I feel.
This is the introduction to my story. Hence, I cannot help the character called Anna. But in my process, I realized that, the reason why family constellation works is because when we are in a circle of light with other people, our energies are interconnected. Just like, the little quantums in the quantum physics theories about chaos and how the molecules and atoms and stuff, they're all like connected to each other invisibly. That's how people function also. All of us are having some little tiny bonds energetically that we can sense. And hence, I started to look at them with my light. I started to see them. And I started to realize that all of those little bonds, they are nothing else but tiny little threads of projections
This might be
which
childish,
go both ways, that way and backward.
but I
And
need to
they
resist you
represent
pushing.
mirrors of each
So
other.
this is me writing a full page.
So when I see the character Anna, I kept trying to focus on
I know
what
I
her
might be a pain in
problems
your
were,
ass.
only to realize that her problems had been my problems at some point. Some
It's
of them
probably a
were
good one.
still my problems, like,
It's a good
patterns of
thing, I
attachment,
promise.
like helping syndrome, stuff like this. Very tricky. Also abandonment, rejection, responsibility for, something that we don't know what it is. Trying very hard to be the best version of yourself, even though you actually just like fail yourself every day because you're trying to be a version of yourself that is unreal. But still, trying very hard. Never giving up. Not letting go of people who maybe could be toxic for you because, abandonment again. Anyhow, like her, many other characters that I have invited in the process had a few of the same or similar patterns of literally, actually, in the end, it's just about attachments. And I try to study them, to research multiple ways of how not only I can get to know their stories, but also how I can feel and empathize with their traumas and their pain and their feelings, also the ones of, empowerment and actually making progress, healing, also healing. And then I tried to project them back into my heart and other parts of my body, just so I can bring light to what I had not seen before. And eventually, maybe, even though I cannot heal others, heal myself from all the trauma I have experienced.
No more time.
So in this final ritual, I will
Scan me.
try something that I have not tried before, which is I will invoke all the spirits that I
Fake
have
ritual.
found in the character Anna,
Blurred
and all the
with
spirits
directives
that I
and
have found in
artifacts.
all the other characters I have
Caught
studied.
at the same time,
And
sometimes.
I will try to bring them
And the
to life
swoosh and the
from
ding.
within my own
When the
body.
hand freezes.
Listen again to their stories,
My story,
and hopefully
your story.
say goodbye to them forever.
Tearing me apart from the
In this way,
inside.
not only I hope to live a free and
Tearing me
happy
apart
life,
from the outside.
as just me,
Tearing us apart from
without
inside
all the
out.
past experiences. But I also hope that if the idea of energetic transmission is actually true,
Causing
I
deep
believe in,
pain.
my healing will not only invoke the healing of the character Anna and all the other characters that have been with me on this path, but
Change perspective. Change perspective.
It will also invoke the healing of each and every one of you in this space today.
Run with
And maybe
the
even if
cloud.
I am powerful enough in my energetic transmission practice,
Sweet
I might be
soul
able to
of
enhance the frequency
mine.
of at least 50 or 100 other people outside
Run
of
with
this
the
space.
rain,
Not to
sweetheart
mention
of
that from here on, if this
mine.
experiment is successful, wherever I will walk,
Run
my
with the
magnetic field will
stars,
be enlightened enough to actually
sweet
enhance and
bones of
liberate the frequencies of
mine.
many others who will cross my path.
Run
Little
with
disclaimer
the
at this point,
water,
be aware, little energy vampires out there. I do
run
see
with the
you.
earth,
And no.
run with the trees.
I think at this point the story is clear. The documentation has been made quite some while ago. It is not from today. I probably look very much different in the present moment. But I decided to start the story at the end in the same way as Anna's story when I first encountered her 2 years ago started to reveal itself at the end, as in the moment we met. So I will go retroactively to the beginning and back, where it all started, in the light. These are not engines we are making. Sit in the middle, movements and physical events, sometimes emotions. Expose, blur and expose. You still haven't found the right me.
Like the creator's perspective, like art, because I think like art can only be political if the creator's intention of the art was like meant to be that way. And yeah, because for example, like
It's a very long part, but
like
yeah.
that's like the very big like shop, like the this one, yeah. That was a politicized topic of art, but was it like the intention behind. So
I think the question is sort of, I think the question is also what is political and what is political. Because I'm thinking about a microcosm of, and I have to say this is another about ones because for me this is a microcosm of a very personal performance about being present. And so, like, for me, I try to understand like how to find the political. For me, it's yes, definitely. But I'm trying to find the political in the macrocosm of human relations because, of course, there is the one part that is like, okay, we are commenting on the refugee
Part of the performance that cannot be heard
sheds light on the system
is the part is only mine.
not working or working in a dysfunctional way or something that needs to be moving towards the
Where am I?
utopia, I would say. And then
How many hours
there's
of me do you hear?
when it's so personal in sometimes I'm thinking, do I have to big state
For you to find
world government system and this what I'm doing is so like zooming in on microcosm of relating and then zooming out. For me, there's these two bubbles there. And that's a question that I have myself.
Who are you?
Is what I'm doing if it's not talking about
Who are you?
social justice, racial injustice.
Luft, Luft, ja, es ist die Berliner Luft, Luft, ja in der Luft, ja in der Luft, ja in der Luft, ja. Love is the essence of art. Art is the essence of life. Life is the essence of trust. Trust is the essence of hope. Hope is the essence of joy. Joy is the essence of being. Being is the essence of truth. Truth is the essence of lust. Lust is the essence of fear. Fear is the essence of shame. Shame is the essence of blame. Blame is the essence of anger. Anger is the essence of grief. Grief is the essence of freedom. Freedom is the essence of love. Which part of me do you see? Which part of me do you see? Which part?
Who grew up in a Romania, post-communist Romania. Both these aspects are very difficult to do and have required me to run away from this country.
Run away from this country. From country. Run away. Zana, yana,
Frame
Ah,
within your interpretation of myself.
the interpretation of yourself. Interpretation of self. Which one of those is me? Who am I? Where am I? How long until me is me?
Okay, camera rolling, camera rolling.
And cut. 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 Cut.
Comparison to only being a shadow.
Ja. Alle Statisten bitte auf ihre Position, ja? Okay, super. Path of Thorns, ja, wie geht's hier weiter? Guckt hier, ist der Dornenteich, ja? Die wildesten Kreaturen schaffen es dadurch.
Change perspective
Achtung,
out
nicht
of
ins Wasser
hurt
laufen, nicht ins Wasser laufen, nicht ins Wasser laufen.
into the light and the love.
Yes.
Just change perspective. Just change perspective into the
Path
light.
of Thorns, das ist ein Weg, das ist ein Prozess.
Ein Weg, ein Prozess, ja natürlich.
Einfach da.
Es ist nicht einfach da.
Musst du Schritt für Schritt.
Schritt für Schritt musst du gehen.
Die Kreuzigung, das ist nicht einfach nur so da.
Mensch, Ben, es ist nicht nur die Kreuzigung.
Schritt ein bisschen mehr. Nächste Woche ist das Finale.
Es fängt ja gleich an. Ist doch nicht das Finale. Das Finale war schon. Ist schon längst vorbei.
One is empty. One is full. I want to fill one with the outside space. And in one I want to put myself.
The camera rolling.
It's still me. it's over, but not yet.